Hey, what's going on? Hey, I got a request the other day to show off a whole bunch of my mouthpieces, or all of them. So I figured I'd do that. So ready? Here we go. I have three cases, and I guess I'll start with the trumpets. Okay, so to get a good view of these, I had to fisheye them. I did this before, and it looked like it cut everything off. Anyway, so what have we got here? Dennis Wick. Got a couple Dennis Wicks. Ooh, a nice jet tone. That's a cool mouthpiece. Here's a Con 4. That's a real old mouthpiece that I have. I got with one of the Con horns that I have. A couple ACB pieces right here. These are some Bach pieces. This one's really nice. I like this one a lot. The 3MV. That's a good one. And then a 5. This is a V shape. You know, I think they call this, I don't know what they call this one. 5V, like their megatone, I think. Yeah. Anyway, got some Yamaha pieces in here. All right, a 14F4, I think that is, right? Yep. And let me see all these. 16E4, a Bach 1X. This is a Bach 1C with a gold rim, a 3C with a gold rim. This is a nice one too. This Artisan series, if you like Bach mouthpieces, this is a pretty cool one. 1.5C there. Then I have two 5Vs. The strange thing is this is an old world 5V, and I actually play that one the most. I don't know what it is about old mouthpieces, but sometimes you get some really good ones. Then I have a Schilke down here, 13A4A, real shallow cup. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, so that's a real shallow. Then I have a whole bunch of Curries. So I think I have like a 3B, that's a deep symphonic cup, 3X maybe, or 3Z is their real shallow. That's another shallow, that's like the A4A. And then a 3C. And then I have a couple of these, they must be in other boxes, but I have, this is the TF, Curry TF, so the Trumpet Flugel. A couple modular Diorio mouthpieces. These are neat. They're 3 pieces. So there's a top, this sleeve comes off, and then the whole back bore. And then this is one of my favorites for a while. It was on a lot of my recordings. This is the Austin Custom Brass 1.25 Csfx. This is a little short guy, and it's real. You can see how deep that is. You don't get a ton of range out of it, but it's really deep. And this is my cool Bach case. These are these nice leather. Look at that. Nice. That's very nice. Okay, let me get another one. All right, so these are most of the Flugelhorn mouthpieces. There's probably some cornet stuff in here and maybe a trumpet or two. But this is the majority of my Flugelhorn pieces. So what have we got? We've got Vincent Bach. Oh, these are trumpets, right? So this is a Bach 2. This is a Schilke 13 D4. So same size 13, but D cup. A Vacchiano 2B, a Stork Vacchiano 2B. That's a cool one. This is a weird cornet mouthpiece that I picked up that doesn't fit into anything, but it's cool. Here's 3 Curry Flugelhorn mouthpieces from shallow, medium, deep. And then I have this Benge Melophone mouthpiece that's really neat too. I enjoy that one. It's just kind of an off brand for me anyway. I don't have any Benge stuff. Then what do we have here? We have some Yamaha Flugel mouthpieces. So there's a 14F4. There's a 16F4. Some newer Schilke pieces, 14F4. So the 14F4 Schilke Yamaha are pretty close. You can see that these are the newer Schilkes. There's a 13F4 with my little tape job so it can play it in the large Morse. This is a cool mouth. This is a Parduba. Oops, sorry, it's awful shiny with the... But look at all the neat engraving on that. That's a cool. This is a 6.5. This is pretty cool, but it's a double cup. I don't know if you can see that with the light, but there's a shallow cup and then a real deep cup. Kind of a neat mouthpiece. I don't play it a ton, but it's kind of cool to have. Here's a Bach 2 CFL. Oddly enough, the Bach 2FL is my favorite Flugelhorn mouthpiece, but for some reason, this one I don't play very much because I don't like the sound of it as much, or I can't play it as confidently. One of the things that I like about the Bach is that there's a lot of room. I guess it's the way the rim is designed, but I can really flex my embouchure around a lot and bend notes really far. This is actually a trumpet mouthpiece. This is the Pudgy Deep V65. Isn't that a beauty? What a cool looking mouthpiece. But it's another one of those shorties. It's a lot like the Austin Custom Brass, but it's got a different rim and a little bit different profile on the inside, but it's a really nice one. I have 2 of these. I like to get 2 of everything just in case. And here's another weird, super deep. Look at how far my finger goes in that sucker. That's a cornet mouthpiece. I can actually use that in a flugel too, or in a trumpet. That's a weird mouthpiece. And then I have some Dennis Wick stuff down here. A 4F, a 4FL. Here's a Schilke 13. This is the old style Schilke. So I play this one the most. The most noticeable thing about this, though, is that the rim, you can feel the angle going down. And that's, you either like that or don't like that. So it doesn't have a very rigid rim on it. It's very gradual and rounded. Here's just a gold version of the Bach FL with, I used white electrical tape on this one just to see if there was any difference in trial. A couple more Dennis Wicks. I probably should rearrange these, huh? Let's do that right now. Let's rearrange. Oh, you know what? I did that on purpose because these are cornet mouthpieces. That's why I did that, sorry. And then I have a weird Jupiter Melophone. Look at this beast. That's a huge one. It's almost like a trombone-sized mouthpiece. But it's really, really deep. Kind of hard to play, but has a real fat, mellow sound. Sometimes works good for things. And then I have this Besan 7. This thing is ridiculous. It's hard to see, but the rim on this is so wide that it feels like you're playing like double the size mouthpiece. So that's a big part of my Flugelhorn collection right there. All right, let me get my last case. Okay, and we're back. So this is my last case, and this one you can see has a lot of the Kelly mouthpieces. I really dig Kelly mouthpieces. They're the Lexan originally. I mean, they make other stuff now, but they're originally just the Lexan plastic mouthpiece. I don't know what it is about it, but they grip nice. I actually ordered a couple of custom-made pieces from Austin Custom Brass where they have a plastic, like a resin top like this, or a nylon top that screws onto a traditional brass backbore shank. Because I like how these feel so much. You don't have to warm up to them. It doesn't take any time for the metal to warm up. And they have some really weird ones like this 3C right here is a 3C cup for a Flugelhorn. It's really, I don't know, it gives it this real breathy, airy kind of cool sound. But I have some neat pieces. There's just a 3C for the trumpet. This is their Melophone. Look at how, that's a crazy deep one there. I'm not a big fan of the clear plastic because they get kind of ugh, but that's the only color this one came in. So, and this is a really neat one here. This is an Olds 27 Melophone mouthpiece. Again, this is a real, it's a lot bigger than you would think for something marked 27, but it's got a neat sound, and that's for trumpet. Here's an Olds, you see it, 16 for trumpet. Here's a couple of those Diorios that I was telling you about, just some other tops that I have, so they come apart. Here's some adapters for cornet and Flugelhorn, so you can play them in your trumpet. There's my original Pudgy Deep V 6.5, like that one. Here's my row of, oh, I love this gold sparkle. That's my favorite one. The 6V is kind of cool too. So this is more of a Flugel style mouthpiece. It has a deep V cup as opposed to the 3C, but ooh, I have a bunch of those. Ooh, there's another, look at how cool that sparkly is. And I like that white whiting as well. And then there's a weird blue color. And then down here I have, here's the rest of the Currys that I was talking about. So I have a TC and another TF, I'm sure this is, right? Yeah. So a 3TC, a 3TF. Those are the Flugelhorn cup, cornet cup. This is a really nice one too, because you can get a mellow sound, but you can get a lot more range out of it. Here's a Vacchiano 3FL. Here's a Vacchiano 2FLY. So that means it just has the bigger shank, the Yamaha shank. This is a cool one. The Marcinowitz is a nice one. I like this one a lot. This is a 3, what does it say there? 3DFL, or 303FL is what I got. This is a nice one too. It's got the smoothest rim contour I've ever felt. It's wonderful. And then here's another Dennis Wick 4 BFL. Now let me pull out a couple, hang on one sec while I grab a couple other things. So I do have, here's a Dennis Wick. This is a 4 BFL, just in gold. All gold. large. And this is my Bach that I play everything on. 2FL. You see that? Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Here's a cool trumpet piece that I have. I have 4 of these for my custom raw brass trumpet. This is the Easy 8, but these beauties are from raw brass trumpets. So Benza Green makes these. These are really nice. So I have a whole bunch of those. And then I have this really neato piece that comes here from Legends Brass. This is a Miles Davis, the Legends MD. Ooh, cool. So it's a big slug, but this is supposedly the same type of mouthpiece that Miles Davis played. So it's kind of cool. It's got a really sharp rim on it, so I'm not sure if that's really something he played on or what. And then, of course, in that hole there, I have some extras that I've never even opened. So I've got 2 more of the Bach 2FLs and another Dennis Wick for BFL just because I'm a little obsessive. So, all right, anyway. So that's my mouthpiece collection. I think that's everything. I might have some other stuff laying around, but nothing crazy. I've got a couple, like I said, on order from Austin Custom Brass. So once I get those, I can share those with everybody. But yeah, there's my collection. And I really like these Bach cases. You can pick them up on eBay. They're like $70, but they're really nice and they hold your mouthpieces. They don't get scratched or dented or dinged. And if you're a little nutty like me and have this many, it's nice to have a nice holder. All right. I hope this was helpful to some of you out there. See ya.